When you think of Hollywood, countless great movies come to mind. But did you ever know that 100 of the greatest movies you can possibly think of, which are made in Hollywood, are actually made by just 14 directors? It's as if we never had these 14 directors. Hollywood, the way we know it as this great place with countless great movies, would simply not exist. I mean, yes, there comes a good movie here and there from a director we never heard of before. But most of the time, these directors just make one good movie and then disappear. They are never able to create even the second great movie again. For example, if we talk about Paul Thomas Anderson, he made the movie There Will Be Blood, which is one of the greatest movies of all time. But then he was never able to make another movie of that richness again. And let's be honest, if it weren't for Daniel Day-Lewis, even There Will Be Blood would be pretty boring to watch. So, in this video, we'll be looking at 14 solid directors who have given us great movies one after another and kept Hollywood alive while doing so. Can you guess who these 14 guys are? Well, let's take a look. Remember, we're not listing them in any order or hierarchy. Number 1 or number 15 doesn't mean anything in this list. Number 1, Steven Spielberg. Now, there are directors like Peter Jackson, who directed The Lord of the Rings, and Joe Russo, who directed the Avengers and Captain America movies. Both are not what we can call real cinema, because it's all explosions, green screen action, and almost no story. But when it comes to Steven Spielberg, one might think he can be categorized with these directors. But in reality, his movies are nothing like Avengers, for example. Yes, there is action, and there is green screen and animation, but there's still a degree of care and perfection in his movies that simply don't feel like you're watching mindless green screen junk. And it's not just 1 or 2 movies, but a huge list of great movies that he directed. Can you even imagine Hollywood without these movies? I mean, Jurassic Park, E.T., Jaws, Schindler's List, Saving Private Ryan, Indiana Jones, and a list of greatest movies that we cannot even mention here, or else the video might become too long. Number 2, Martin Scorsese. Taxi Driver, Goodfellas, Raging Bull, Casino, The Wolf of Wall Street, and a dozen more. I mean, come on, guys. We've only mentioned just 2 directors yet, and it seems like Hollywood is already empty. Imagine the shape of Hollywood when we're done with this video. Instead of this lush forest of movies, it'll look like an empty desert with a few trees here and there. Number 3, Christopher Nolan. Ouch. It almost hurts to imagine if he was never born or chose another career. I mean, do I even have to mention the movies this guy made? Memento, The Dark Knight, Inception, Interstellar, The Prestige, Tenet, and I think you already know this isn't even a complete list yet. And the man is not even stopping. I mean, we're all hyped for the upcoming Oppenheimer, right? Number 4, James Cameron. Wait, Hollywood without Titanic, Terminator, Avatar, and Aliens? Can we even call that Hollywood anymore? Come to think of it, he had Arnold Schwarzenegger in a lot of his movies, but what if he cast him in Avatar? Do you think that would have been better or worse? Anyway, guys, imagining Hollywood without the next name is gonna hurt a bit, so hold tight. Number 5, Quentin Tarantino. I told you. Yes, we're imagining a world where you never watched Pulp Fiction or Kill Bill or Django Unchained or Inglourious Bastards or Reservoir Dogs. All right, I'll move on. Just know this isn't a complete list of his movies, as always. Number 6, Stanley Kubrick. Considered to be the greatest director of all time by many. But are they not correct? I mean, 2001, A Space Odyssey, The Shining, A Clockwork Orange, and Eyes Wide Shut. It's like he set the foundation for how to make movies. Number 7, Ridley Scott. If you love fantasizing about space and the future, then you gotta love Ridley Scott. Hollywood already seems like it's taking its last breaths with all the directors we took out. But what will happen when we take Ridley's movies out now? Well, see for yourself. A Hollywood without Gladiator, Alien, Blade Runner, Prometheus, The Martian, and Hannibal. It's already difficult to make a good movie if I ask you not to mention the directors I've named so far, but I'm sure you'll find it almost impossible to name 20 good movies without these directors when we're done with this list. Number 8, Denis Villeneuve. With masterpieces like Dune, Arrival, Blade Runner 2049, and Prisoners, Villeneuve has solidified his place among the greats, shaping the landscape of modern cinema. Number 9, David Fincher. Gone Girl, Fight Club, Seven, and The Social Network, just to name a few. Fincher's dark and meticulous storytelling has become synonymous with unparalleled suspense. Number 10, George Lucas. Imagine Hollywood without the groundbreaking Star Wars franchise. Lucas revolutionized the industry, creating a galaxy far, far away that captured the hearts and imaginations of millions. Number 11. Alfred Hitchcock. The master of suspense. Hitchcock's films like Psycho, Rear Window, and Vertigo continue to thrill audiences and inspire generations of filmmakers. Number 12. Alejandro Gonzalez Inaritu. Birdman, Babel, and The Revenant showcased Inaritu's unique vision and storytelling prowess, earning him critical acclaim and numerous accolades. Number 13. Francis Ford Coppola. The Godfather trilogy alone solidifies Coppola's place in Hollywood history, along with Apocalypse Now and The Conversation, cementing his status as an influential director. Number 14. The Coen brothers. Joel Coen and Ethan Coen's distinctive style and dark humor have given us unforgettable films such as Fargo, No Country for Old Men, The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, and The Big Lebowski, forever leaving their mark on cinema. As we reach the end of our list, it becomes clear how much these 14 directors have shaped Hollywood and brought us countless memorable movies. It's not that there aren't any great movies left in Hollywood anymore, but there would be very few and accidental ones. And now that you have seen this list, I think the next time you're in a movie store or going through a movie list, you'll be seeing the name of these 15 directors dominating everything else. Okay, that's all for today. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more amazing content.